welcome back. If you just joined and you're just coming in now and you kind of want to know where we're at. So, first, I talked about the trip that helped us make the decision to move and to become expats. So, the idea of what happened, warm weather, and then two, kind of just talking about where we're going to start with the decision, kind of like where, I don't know, to get the ball rolling. It's one of those things. So it's a little bit difficult of a decision to make and where to start. And a lot of people being essentially against you for wondering why you're doing this and everything. So it's a very kind of lonely decision. I don't know if you'd say that. Like, at least the four of us in the house. Like I said, I have two kids and I'm married, and the four of us are all on the same page and we're very open with everything, so the kids know what's happening. But the two of us are doing it kind of alone because, let's say, when we proposed the idea to our family, they weren't very supportive. So the next step in the decision process was to start saving money. And what's the fastest way to save money? Essentially downsize. So we had a pretty large home. It was on the edge of the city, very gorgeous, with no neighbors behind us. We had a big pie corner lot on the house. That doesn't make sense. Big corner pie lot. Is that right? Yeah, I don't know. So it was a big pie lot. And like, let me say 31 tons of rocks big. Like, that's how much gravel is in that backyard, not gravel, rock that we put in back there. So it's very large, and along with the large yard comes large expenses to do the upkeep and keep the house clean, and the yard kept and everything like that. So we decided we were selling our home. And Derek and I have been together since we were 16. We have built two houses. We built our first house in like we were 21 years old. So I think it was like 2007. We built our first house, brand new, 2-story house. And then shortly, well, I don't know, maybe 7-8 years after we lived in that one, maybe that long, maybe not even that long, maybe 7 years. Yeah, 7 years. 7 years. Okay, so we lived in that one. We decided we needed bigger and better. And so we built a bigger house, different style, with a big backyard, which was really nice. Like I said, no neighbors. So you could just sit outside, you could watch the sunrises and the sunsets. It was beautiful. And so we built our second house. We lived there for, I think, 8 years as well. So something like that. And then we came home from our 2022 trip to Florida, and we decided that we were not going to stay in Canada after the kids were done high school, and that we were going to leave and become expats, moving to another country and potentially fully retiring by the age of 45. So needless to say, our kids, we had them when we were younger. I think we were done having kids by the time we were 25 or 26 years old. And like I said, we only have 2 kids, 1 boy, 1 girl. So they're teenagers right now as we go through this process. So I'm hoping that they see from this process the fact that you don't always need bigger and better. Don't waste your money on the big fancy car or the big fancy house. I don't regret it, but I think I could have done things a lot better instead of chasing more. So when we decided that we were going to leave and we were going to become expats, like I said, the biggest thing was selling the house. And we thought we would maybe wait 3 years or so to sell the house, but it was only a couple months after we came back and made the decision that we met with a realtor. Shout out to Brett Ackerman. He was very, very helpful with selling our house. But we made the decision that we were going to sell. And it was a little bit quicker than we thought, than really we had planned. We kind of thought more of a prolonged process. Anyways, so we put the house up for sale. Well, we didn't put the house up for sale. We had things to do to the house first. Like, after living there with kids and stuff like that, there was touch-ups. things to finish, just projects you're constantly working on, carpets to stretch, all that sort of stuff. So we finally got the house up. So we went on our trip in February of 2022. After that, we made the decision, and I think our house was on the market for sale by the end of July, August, I think, something like that, around midsummer, late summer, or so like that. And we had people through. It was okay. It was going good. But October came, and the house still hadn't sold. And we decided that we would take the house off the market, and I guess maybe just wasn't in the books right now. And so we took the house off the market. That's it. We maybe revisit it in maybe a year's time, 2 years time, like we originally thought. You know, we weren't going to do it for 3 years. With COVID, the markets were funny and weird, and we didn't know if the house market would go up, or was it crashing? Was it going down? I don't know. Because we kind of just came out of that time when COVID just was ending. So people are like happy to move and start new lives and do things again because we've been locked off for so long. So we took it off the market. We decided, okay, this is obviously not meant to be right now. We'll leave it. But we'll move on to looking at the countries we want to move to. And we'll start by visiting them. Well, little did we know, we were on our way to our first country, packing up, and I got a phone call. I have people that want to come see your house. They came through it back in the fall, and they want to know if it's still for sale. Wow, let me tell you what a good sign when you're on your way to your first country of where you potentially think you could be an expat, and the offer comes out of the blue. This is December 31st. This is New Year's Eve. We get a call that somebody wants to come back and look at the house. And we're like, we're out of here. We're on an airplane. So I guess, yeah, come look at it. We're leaving, whatever. Next day, January 1st, 2023, we get a phone call. They have made an offer. It is so crazy how things work out. And that day, as we sat on the beach in Costa Rica, we sold our home. So what comes now? We sold our home. We're on a beach in a different country where we think we want to live. So now we're trying to get the vibe for this new country.